Episode of OB Talkwire, sponsored by Liquid IV. Break it till you make it, everyone. Enjoy the broadcast.
Welcome everyone here to the third episode of OB Talkwire. I am, of course, your host, William Ian O'Brien, or OB. I have many names. I don't know what you could call me over here. Mr. Worldwide.
How about slightly crooked?
Slightly crooked again? It just happens like that.
Just a little bit.
We're low budget right now, or I'm low budget over here. We're just trying to get everything situated once again. Soon when we're going to be a high budget show because we're going to have some big guests on, and this is one of the big guests, and then we're going to have a bunch of other guests coming on too. But welcome on the show here, brother.
Slightly petite.
Slightly petite, indeed.
Camera makes me look a little bigger though.
Makes you look good, doesn't it?
Oh wait, camera makes me look pretty good.
Does it make you look ripped?
I don't look very big in real life.
Muscles. See what camera makes me look.
Oh, shredded out of your mind.
It makes me look small.
Oh, it makes me look.
Let's see real quick.
I feel like I'm taller than you, and I'm not. So.
Well, look.
There we go. No.
Well, your chair was already boosted up is the thing.
Yeah,
I got the little small chair over here. I got the baby chair.
Yeah. I got the host.
I'm a 3-year-old already or something. The host, because even though I'm the host, we're technically in
side host.
Yeah, we're technically in your house doing this show. By the way, of course, here in Youngstown, Ohio. Yeah, this background's pretty cool, isn't it?
Could be better.
I like the lights, honestly. You have really good lights. I love the colorful room. I love that light right there where it's purple and blue, a little bit of light blue too. And I especially love this that I actually turned on by pure accident when I was trying to plug my charger in here. I actually turned that on and changes colors. But honestly, I think that's really good.
I'm only insecure about this. I want to change this. I don't know what to change it to because the way that the room's laid out. My other thought was like turning everything this way.
So wait, what?
Well, I guess I could. I could turn everything this way and have like this kind of be the
like
main
that for your room?
I could do that. I could turn it because I don't really use this desk.
So real quick, talk a little bit. First of all, just introduce who you are.
Okay, so we tried to do a podcast earlier. Ian upgraded a little bit of his equipment, so we're back trying it again.
I did, yeah. Instead of using someone else's equipment, I found kind of my own.
He found his own. So I do music on Spotify under Kaido. I thought I was unique and clever coming up with that name. It was my aunt's dog's name. Turns out it's a very popular anime character.
No, well, they call him Kaido.
Kaido. Yeah. That's what people say. They'll call me Kaido.
Because it sounds like Kai. And that's a Japanese word in anime, basically. It's like...
You know what I think? So my aunt's son really, he was into karate. So he was into like Japanese. Yeah. He was into like Japanese shit. So he probably said, "Let's name this dog Kaido," and then they probably incorrectly called him Kaido.
Probably mispronunciations.
Yeah, have been incorrectly.
Everyone's been incorrectly pronouncing the name here.
Yeah,
but for those who don't know, Kaido's basically someone from One Piece. He's a villain, one of the pirate villains that. Spoilers, I think Luffy actually just beat. I'm not even there on the episodes yet. I'm way far behind because I've been watching too many other shows.
Is he Kai-Dow anime?
Yeah, so he's he's
this
buff.
Guy.
Yeah, he's really buff over here. It's like a pirate show. That's great. Yeah, they can't really see it, but he's really buff.
No, you can see that.
Oh yeah, you can. Yeah, but he's super buff. He has horns. He's part of the pirate animal kingdom, I think it is, pirates wise. And Luffy takes him down apparently in the manga. So if you're thinking about reading already the kind of arc that's in One Piece, Wano that's been going on for 3 years, well, I just spoiled the whole thing for you. You can thank me later. You know what's going to happen now? The nerds are going to come.
There's a delay.
Well, there's always a delay.
I don't think there was at the beginning. Is there?
It depends.
Look at that delay. Boom, boom.
Boom, boom. Well, it depends. That's just how it's going to be.
I'm going to tell you when I start to move my hands as to when it picks it up. Boom. Now. Look at that's weird.
It could be my laptop, honestly.
Yeah. You gotta get an M1.
M1?
I get that. Or no, M2.
You're not a QuickTime player. Why not?
No, the M2 Mac.
M2 Mac?
Yeah.
Well, I'm left with this right now.
Oh, all right. Yeah. We're out here.
Yeah, we're out here. What do you think?
So I've been doing music for like 4 or 5 years, but I went under a different name prior. But then I got a little bit better at producing, so I decided to do a name change. But this is the problem is when I went under my initial name, by the time I was done writing under that name music, I remember looking back and being like, man, the newest stuff's way better than the old stuff. I was like, well, if people come to my page, I don't want them to judge me on like my older music. So I just started a new account. So I started a new account. Okay, this sounds really good, but now when I go back and listen to the older stuff on my new music account, I'm like, this isn't that good.
This ain't that.
So I feel like music's one of those weird things where it's like you'll forever get better. So there's no reason to like keep starting fresh because you'll just keep getting better. But I feel like there are still some songs on the newer stuff that I would still delete. But I feel like that's kind of silly, but I don't want people to go listen to it and be like, oh, it's garbage. But then the flip side of that coin is, what if they listen to it and they're like, actually, I like this song more, and it could have been something I would have deleted. So music is a weird scene. Like, if you go back and listen to like old Mike Stud, even old Drake, like beginning Drake, like it doesn't sound like how he is now. Like quality, production, his style. Like, it is what it is.
So, kind of what I wanted to get into. Sorry for interrupting, by the way. So, in your opinion, do you think music is better than it once was, or do you think it's gone worse in a way?
Okay, yeah. So I'll say what I said before. So I think that it will be better over time. So many people have access to gear for not too much. You don't need as many middlemen. So like a producer, if you can just get the gear yourself and want to teach yourself, you don't need a label necessarily like you used to. And it's really easy to get a distributor like DistroKid or whoever, not sponsored. And you can upload your music to Spotify all by yourself, like beginning, middle, end. Like from the beginning of the songwriting to mixing and mastering it, to recording it, mixing, mastering, and then uploading it. You don't need anyone else except yourself, your own gear, and whatever distributors that are good. So I think right now people are dabbling in that. So there's kind of like a lot of shit being uploaded, and then you start to get better. Like if I look at my old stuff when I first got my gear, to a young ear, it sounded really good. Like I really felt like I knew what I was doing. Oh, I made my first album, blah blah blah. Uploaded it, sounded good. Then actually it's not that good. I think a lot of people are doing this. So for a little while, I think a lot of people are going to sound shitty, and then as these independent artists get better, it'll start to sound better. Like even, but I think people need to start doing what Russ is doing. Whereas if you don't really have like too much of a fan base, just upload as frequently as possible, because you're going to get better over time no matter what. But I would have a lot of demos laying around. Like don't just upload right away. Like have a bunch of demos, listen to them, see what you feel. Wait like a couple weeks and then listen to it. Oh wait, actually I know how to do this better. But once you get to a point where like you would be the only one that would notice, then you start uploading.
So Russ, who is this Russ?
Russ, you don't know who Russ? So Russ
I do not know. Does anyone listening? I wonder know who Russ is too. So.
Probably. So Russ, he's an independent artist, and he mostly does like rap, hip hop, maybe a little R&B or something like that. I think maybe. Mostly rap, hip hop. No label, and what he was doing was a song a week, just uploading. It wasn't until I forget what he said, like his gajillionth song until he started to pop off. But the benefit to that is people can go back. Let's say, it's just like YouTube. Music is just like YouTube or anything else. You find someone that you like.
And you keep on playing.
And then you want to binge it. Yeah, you want to binge it. You want to find all of their stuff. Like, so there's this band I listened to in 1975, okay?
Yeah.
So I binged all their shit.
One of the greatest, I would say, right?
Yeah, they're great. Like, I binged all their shit, and I wanted more. Kept looking back by there, nothing on Spotify, blah, blah, blah. I found on YouTube, they had, like, 2 different band names prior, maybe 3. And I found all of this plethora of music, and you could tell the quality was just not quite the same. The style is not quite who they are now. But, like, I listen to it. And even look at, like, Tyler, the Creator, right? Every album he puts out is totally different from the last. Like, every single one. It usually goes good, bad, good, bad, good, bad. But, like, I respected Igor.
He has a pattern going.
Right? I respected Igor. I wasn't a fan of Igor. I respected Cherry Bomb. Wasn't a fan of Cherry Bomb. However, Wolf, Flower Boy, and his most recent one, Call Me If You Get Lost, like, it's like he experiments and then he puts it all together and makes something really good. Then he'll make an experimental album and put it all together. It sounds really good. But kind of like the same idea, like you want to go back and watch the artist evolve. However, since I don't have a Kaido fan base or anything yet, I feel like they listen to some of my older stuff, and even I'm like, oh, God. Damn, like some of it's
they
okay.
listen to your first start that you just uploaded on Spotify.
Yeah.
They love it. Then they look back.
As they go back, the more they listen, they're like, wait, this is getting worse.
You're mid.
Yeah, not even mid. This is below average. This is a C minus, the D plus.
D
it's
plus.
Passing.
Dude, they might give you an E. That's not even on the
grades.
It's
passing, but it's not that good. It's not good. It's definitely not good. I can even hear that it's not good. But it's weird because there's some songs I wrote that I first made, and I was like, these are really good, and I was really excited to show people, like really excited. And then I remember like 5, 6, 7 months go by, I have my next project ready. I go back and listen to that. I'd be like, damn, that ain't that good.
Because you got better over time, though.
Yeah, but I'm like legitimately, I was like, this is not good. Like, it's genuinely not good. Like objectively not good. Well, I guess you can't say music's objectively not good.
I'd still listen to it than any other SoundCloud rap, like what we've been listening to.
Yeah,
a couple days ago.
So the biggest trick, as far as like a producer goes, to be honest, the hardest instrument to control is the vocals, because you want them to sit in the mix, but you also want them to stand out. And like, there's times where I'll spend so much time making the instrumental sound perfect, finding the right instruments, the right chord progressions, like the right drum patterns. And then by the time I release the music, the only thing I'm listening to is the vocals. I'm like,
it's just like not
damn.
Perfect to you.
Well, no, it's like it. Well,
or
yeah,
you want it to get better
yeah, but it's like I don't.
You had before.
Yeah, but it's like I don't even hear the instrumental, which I spent so much time on. I'm only listening to the vocals because the vocals are so hard to tame. Like, there's so much work you have to do to vocals as opposed to like, I mean, there's work you have to do to instruments, but if like a vocal is genuinely bad, it's not good. Like, think about a band. You get the drummer, you get the bassist, you get the guitarist. Who's always out front on stage? It's the vocalist.
Yeah.
So if that shit don't sound good, or if it's not mixed, or if it's sit in the mix properly, too much reverb, not enough reverb, compression, but not the right kind of compression. Reverb that's not timed appropriately, certain frequencies in the vocals that aren't EQ'd correctly. That shit stands out like a sore thumb. You'll be like, oh.
Nope. No. Just toss it out.
There's one of my new songs. Oh, wait, are my speakers on? They're not. There's one in my new song. There's this one word that I say in my vocals, and there's some frequency that stands out real prominently, and I'm like, oh god. And I didn't lower the vocal enough for one word, and every time I hear it, I'm like, oh god. No one else will probably hear it.
It's that one pinch is what it is. Like, you lower everything else, and then you actually just miss that split second one.
Yeah, it's just this one.
Can he possibly play it? Is it going to be able to pick it up?
I think it should be able
to pick up.
If you could turn my speakers on, maybe.
We'll see. I think you could play actually through this because
but you won't hear the frequency through these. So I guess it won't matter anyway. Anyway, I'll pull it up. I'll pull it up.
But so I actually wanted to ask you this too. So we talked about music changing. Now I was on a podcast recently. By the way, shout out to LP Money, Luke Papala. I was on his podcast, Luke Papala.
Oh, really?
Yeah, check him out. By the way, but so he was talking about how Playboi Carti's trash. I don't know if you listen to Playboi Carti at all, but it seems like in some of his lyrics, it's now, and a lot of these other rappers, they talk about, well, you're going to play that, then we'll talk about kind of what it is if you're able to hear it. But It seems like they're talking too much about, it's the same thing, like girls, trying to bang this chick, or, drugs, lean, weed. So compared to, say, like, what do you have before? Kind of like what your music is having over here.
All right,
right now.
So it's, so I say caught up in the middle while you use me, and when I say the word me, it like stands out. It stands out way more prominently than the rest of what I'm saying, and like there's some frequency in it. Maybe it's the way that I say it. It just doesn't sound good. So you'll hear me say caught up in the middle while you use me, and when you hear me say the word me, it's like ugh, right here.
But see, I don't think anyone would even notice that. Yeah,
I hear it, I'll be like,
I don't notice. I honestly don't notice it. I'm gonna be real. I don't notice it. I don't think anyone who's listening would have noticed.
And there's not enough separation of the words, like use me. Like it's like use me. Like that word should be like
use me.
Use me. But I'm like use me. Like it blends together, so it doesn't like hit well like it should. Like you normally like when on the downbeat you want to use like a consonant. So you'd be like use bread. Use Doritos. You know what I mean? But like use me. Use me is not. It's not. It's a consonant, but it's not like a. There's no sound in it. Use Menenza doesn't sound as good as like use Daryl. Use Bob. Like it doesn't have the intensity. And so if you listen to it, it's just like use me. Like you're like,
I think you were just trying to tap into your inner Ozzy Osbourne, and that's fine if you were trying to do that.
I'm not Ozzy Osbourne fan.
Neither am I, but I'm saying because he's like you know.
Oh yeah,
so much like that. That's why. Yeah, because he has that problem.
Ozzy Osbourne is the mumble rapper of old school heavy metal.
Well, that's what he sounds like. Is the problem, and again, he had a lot of problems. Is the reason why he talks like that.
That bad on stage.
But he was still good to a lot of people. Like a lot of people still love him.
Yeah, he's fucking dog shit. I don't know who would like that. Like you have to have no taste in sound.
But that was what
to like Ozzy Osbourne.
But that's kind of what I was getting at too, like the rap game and a lot of songs recently. Now it seems like there's 4 things they focus on: which girl they're gonna bang, lean, weed, any other.
I don't lean. Yeah, I don't lean from my house, dude.
Exactly. Just talk about that, and of course they just use as many
Tyler. Yeah, I like Tyler Curry.
Use as many cuss words as possible. Do you think that's a problem, like in music nowadays? And remember, it seems like there used to be like a meaning to a song, but now they're just spewing out everything.
Yeah, so definitely. So I even know with my own songs, sometimes it is difficult because I'm a one-man band. So sometimes it is difficult. Again, like I was saying, the progression of an independent artist, you get better over time. But when you have people and you have songwriters and this and that, people writing this shit for you, I feel like it might as well sound good. Someone's literally getting paid to write this shit for you. Or if you're gonna be put up on a pedestal and your only job is to sing and come up with lyrics, that shit should be good. But I feel like people don't care as much though about the quality of the lyrics. So yes, it might not be as good as it once was, but the demand for quality lyrics is also depleting. So it might not be as important. So for example, back in the day, transportation, like people needed their goods transported by train. Maybe not as important now. So if it's not as important and the demand's not as high, the quality is in turn going to be hindered. So I feel like we might notice that because we grew up with a little bit more quality. I would say every generation will say this, but we grew up with a little more quality, and I feel like, but it's getting to the point where it's like actually becoming meaningless. Like if you look up like certain rappers and you look up like worst lyrics by, it'll be some of their best songs. Worst lyrics. Aries is one. If you ever listen to Aries, he does it all from the ground up himself, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, banging songs. And his lyrics, bro, let me pull up some fucking Aries lyrics for you. Aries, I think it's called Bad News.
Bad News? Is that like his best song?
I like that song. It's a little bit older.
How old is he?
This is just, he's like around my age, I would say. He's like late 20s.
Well, I meant like how old's the song?
Tabs out in my hand only for one time. Let her go, I'm trying the worst. Oh, let her go. She'll be running back, sell her soul. I'll buy it, nothing to worry about.
You see that?
So this part's cool. Sell her soul, I'll buy it, nothing to worry about. That's kind of cool. 18, but the rest is garbage, right? The like 65% of the other words are garbage. 18 days until she blows, said I'll pass, see the ain't she great. Said I'll pass, see the ain't she great.
It doesn't
ride
make sense.
In a rove. In the car, stop changing lanes. Fill the cup till my heart drop, changing lanes. Fill the cup, say. But the song's fire. The song's fire. It's so good.
Well, what makes it fire is just his vocals.
It's the beat. It's his vocals. It's the vibe of the song.
So it's not really the lyrics, just the way he sounds makes it a lot better. Well, yeah, it's fire because the beat.
Something like that. It's his flow too. His flow's really catchy.
And that's the thing. As long as they could be literally the trashiest like lyrics, like they won't make any sense. They won't even rhyme. But as long as you have now, it seems like a good beat, and you just have like again the 4 categories as I
Here's
talked
the thing.
about, it makes it better.
He makes a really good beat. He has a really good flow. Yeah. He's great at mixing and mastering, and he does it all himself. And I think people respect that. So it's like the lyrics. They'll take the 25% that sound worthwhile, and not even worry about the other 75%.
So wait, he writes his own music?
All of it. Yeah, of it, as far as I know.
No ghostwriter.
Oh no. He started off as a YouTuber that recreated songs, and it's like how I recreated insert famous song. And then he built an audience from that, and then a fan base when he made his own music. But he made music that was like had like trap beats that were kind of like upbeat though, kind of like Post Maloney, almost a little bit. But like his lyrics were all over the place, but his flow's really good, and he's very like monotone, but not in a way that's like mumbling. Yeah. And then when he does like get into it, you see the contrast. You're like, oh, he's getting into it. Yeah. Like when he gets into it, you're like, oh yeah, for sure. There's a nice contrast. So and he's a good singer. He's a pretty good singer.
Oh yeah. I thought you were taking a sip of your wine for a second.
Nope, here's the wine right here.
The wine's right there?
Yep.
How many have you had so far?
We're out here.
Not a lot?
We're out here.
You're not buzzed?
Maybe. Here's the other thing, too, that's overdone for Post Malone is the vibrato. So I'm not saying that Post Malone can't do... Do you know what vibrato is?
What's that?
It's when you go...
Oh, okay.
Ooh, I fall apart.
That song, yeah.
That's like tremolo, kind of. I feel like they do that shit.
Too much.
Yeah, like
it's overdone, and it's
listen. He can do it. He can do that. Anyone could go. Ooh, you can literally do it with your lips. Ooh, I fall apart. Anyone can do it. But like, there is a plugin. Yeah. There's several plugins where you can add it in. What's the word? You can add it in artificially, and it's all controlled. Cause like, imagine you go, ooh, but like it's off beat.
Yeah.
So, ooh, it should stop right there. But imagine you're like, ooh, like it's not long enough.
Yeah.
So you just add it in artificially, make it perfect. Doll it up. But they overuse that. The vibrato in his voice. Ooh, every single one of his songs, he sounds like a sheep. He's like, meh.
I feel like Post Malone's. I feel like we don't hear from him anymore.
He just dropped an album.
He did?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, because people
it's not good. It's not good. I'm gonna be honest. It's not good.
People are saying like he fell off. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but but listen. I don't think that's like that's not some like shot at him. Like there is no like he will always be Post Malone. If you saw him out, you'd be like, holy fuck, I met Post Malone.
Yeah.
So he'll always have that. But there's this quote in the movie The Incredibles where I think it was the villain. He was like, if everyone has superpowers, no one will be a superhero. No one will be super. And it's kind of the same thing where it's like everyone's getting famous now because of like TikTok and whatever else. I think that's why they're taking away likes on like Instagram and Facebook because they're like, fuck, like everyone's getting likes, everyone's famous. Now we got to take it away so that no one could fucking feel famous and everyone. Because I think people weren't like people were worried about what they were posting. So they're like, I can't be me because this isn't going to get the right amount of likes.
So do you know? Yeah, do you see that thing on Instagram actually now where you can like hide all your likes?
Yeah, everyone's doing it. Yeah, every single person's doing it because no one because you can't keep up with the 1%.
If you don't get enough likes, you're gonna be like, oh, I don't want someone to see.
I'd be like, oh, he kind of fell off. But let me tell you something.
I never cared honestly.
Spotify will tell you how many listeners you have every month. It'll let everyone know publicly. This person has X amount of listeners every month. And like, to be quite honest with you, they're the only ones that do it. And I kind of like that because I'm interested. Like when I look up, think about this. I'll give you a good example. This is something that I've thought about. Frank Ocean.
Oh, Frank Ocean.
So my man Frank. Let's go to Frank Ocean.
My man Frank.
My man Frank hasn't dropped anything. No album since 2016. That was his last album. He's had singles.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He does singles.
So that's 6 years ago. My man's got just shy of 20 million listeners. 20 million. Now let's look at Tyler. Tyler drops something every like 2 years or so, maybe every year, every 2 years, something like that. Tyler just dropped something, 22 million. My man drops something all the time. So you mean to tell me he invented Odd Future. They both came from Odd Future. Both were built by Odd Future to some degree. Tyler's got an album that he just dropped in last year. He's got one in 2017, 2 years later, 2019, 2 years later, 2021, Call Me If You Get Lost, 22 million. So he's got roughly 2 to 3 million more listeners than Frank. Came from the same place, even bigger than Frank. He basically invented Frank. And he only has 3 million more monthly listeners. That's crazy to me. That's crazy town. So it's just...
Yeah.
This is just like, it's like his likes, basically, is what I would consider it. It's his monthly listeners. And that those kind of stats are interesting to me. But everyone's fucking popular now, and everyone's fucking famous. So it's like, that's why they're taking away the likes. Oh, no, they're famous. You can just check by their followers. You don't gotta worry about how many likes their posts get.
Nope.
So, for example, you have someone who's like a little washed up, right?
Yeah.
And I don't mean this negatively. Actually, I'm a huge fan, but like Dane Cook, right? Past tense. Dane Cook's past tense. Like people don't listen or talk about Dane Cook anymore. Like people that are in college now. Yeah. People who just graduated college probably aren't familiar with Dane Cook, right? Yeah. Are you familiar with Dane Cook?
Is he the one that played Heroes? Did he have the song called Heroes?
He doesn't even do music. So that's the thing, right? Like there's
a guy named Cook as well that did a song named Heroes.
So I'm 8 years older than you. So maybe I'm like the end of the tail of like people that know Dane Cook.
You probably are.
So imagine Dane Cook gets his blue verified check mark. Woohoo! He's verified. He's Dane Cook.
But no one knows who he is.
No one knows who he is. So he's not going to want to post shit.
He's not from Gen Z.
He's not going to. Yeah, he's not going to want to post shit. Yeah. Because people are going to be like,
who are you?
This guy's verified. He gets fucking 300 likes. But he has 20 million followers. Those 20 million followers haven't followed him in 20 million years. You know what I mean?
I would think that's kind of the same for, say, like, before, of course, they had to not drop any more albums or songs because of the unfortunate incident. But Linkin Park, for example, where they were so popular early 2000s, 90s. Their last song was, I think, called One Time. Like, it was an album, but of course...
It was just Mike Shinoda after that. I mean, the rest of the band, but as far as vocals go... They have 23 million?
Yeah.
What?
That's what I'm saying. So they haven't even released a song.
Let's look. Wait, let's look at their last... Hold on, wait. Discography. Their last shit was in 2021, and it was just a One Step Closer... It's just a remake.
Yeah, that's all it is. And
wait, when's the last time they came out with something?
I think it was 2017, if I remember clearly. I think that was like
2017, and that was One More Light Live,
and that was before.
Dude, Mike Shinoda's got to be making bank. Crawling was such a good song.
Crawling.
Who's doing the vocals?
Hey, let's not play the full...
Wait, that sounds... It's live, it's not. Wait, but that doesn't sound like Mike Shinoda. Yeah, that sounds like Chester, unless that is Chester. When did he die?
He died in 20... That was with the suicide in 2017.
When? He died in 2017?
That was literally after... Or I think 2018, 19 maybe, something like that. But that was like right after the album, I think it was.
He died in 2017?
Yeah, that was right after the album.
Wait, that was only 5 years ago? Yeah, when did Mac Miller die?
Mac Miller... Was it 18 or 19?
Maybe 20? It was only... Wait...
Mac Miller died.
Right. He died in oh my god, a year later. But it seems like Chester died way longer ago than Mac Miller. Mac Miller's 2018 is 4 years. You know, Mac Miller has a song where he says, I hope not to join the 27 club. You know what 27 Club is?
Isn't that like?
It's like a lot of famous like artists died when they were 27.
Yeah.
Like I think like Tupac died when he was 27.
Well, and the thing is though, even
he
after
died at
that,
26. He didn't even join the 27 Club.
He was just 1 year
age, at death. I think he was 27.
Tupac,
he was 25. What about Biggie?
Biggie was. I'm thinking it was 20. Yeah,
24. Whoa, holy shit! Then why is it called the 27 Club?
Because they're close to 27. I'm guessing. I mean, they're only 3 years apart from 27.
He was only 20
so.
fucking 4 when he died.
Yeah.
Wait, how old was Tupac? Did I say 25?
25. Yeah.
Bro,
that's
he
crazy.
was a kid.
Yeah.
Oh, Brian Jones, Jimi Hendrix, okay, Jim Morrison, they all died at 27.
Well, I think also what it is
27?
with Linkin Park with Chester. Remember, a lot more people and kids today. They know Mac Miller more than they do Linkin Park or Chester. You know what I mean? So and Linkin and Mac Miller.
Bro, you know what's insane? You know what's insane? How old are you?
I'm 23.
23?
Yeah.
This dude's like your age here.
Really?
Yeah, look at Tupac. He's like your age here.
Tupac
Look at
is
that.
something else.
Tupac died at 25, but really he died at fucking 48. Like my man looks way older than that. Like what
everyone
do you mean?
looked old in the 90s. You know what I mean?
Yeah, everyone looked old in the 90s. What was up with that?
And you had the whole 90s outfit where you had the wife beater on, you had the backwards cap
Look at
and
Tupac.
everything.
Look at this outfit, dude. He just
Well, they can't see it, but I do see that outfit. That's
look at my
crazy.
man. Look at my man.
Tupac was again. Those are like the original best rappers right there. Tupac, Biggie Smalls, Dr. Dre,
A Big Pun, Big L. Him and Janet Jackson, bro.
Jay-Z.
Look at that, dude. Look at this, bro.
Jay-Z, Beyonce. I mean, all of them were just.
Jay-Z's overrated.
You don't like Jay-Z?
Overrated.
Why don't you like Jay-Z?
Hella overrated.
Okay, well, what's your problem with Jay-Z? I think he's fine.
He's overrated. That's what I think it is.
Now, why do you think he's overrated though? I think he's fine. I mean, he mostly features in everything now because he's old and he's older. Like,
listen, Jay. I'm not saying Jay-Z's not good. I'm just saying that he's overrated.
I remember you saying clearly that he ruined that Numb Encore with the Linkin Park.
Yeah, he completely fucking ruined it.
I love that. I love that
I
song
think it's
with
cool that you can mix genres, but I think that Linkin Park had their rapper, and that was Mike Shinoda, and I feel like they were in a particular genre that was of their own. Like no one had like rock rap in the same way
but
that
if you're
Linkin
trying
Park
to get,
did.
yeah, if you're trying to get a new audience,
I understand, but I feel like that kind of depletes the purpose of Mike Shinoda. Like you throw Jay-Z in there, just get rid of Mike Shinoda. Now you have Jay-Z and Chester. Boom, there's your Linkin Park.
It was what one or two songs Jay-Z was in on Linkin Park.
I think he did a bunch. I don't like
well, that's the only one
I didn't like it. That's what made me not like him. And I'll tell you who I didn't like for a long time until like 2 years ago was Kanye West.
Well, it was Kanye. Why don't you like Kanye?
I just started liking him like 2 years ago.
Oh, you started liking him.
Maybe it was no. It was longer than that.
Well, Kanye's
been
been
a song off of Yee that I really liked.
Kanye's been a controversial figure in the news for many reasons.
What song was that I really liked?
As we all know, he tried to run for president, and then the whole controversy with him and Kim K.
I'd vote for Kanye.
I would too.
He had a song. It was Wouldn't Leave. She's not enough.
Yeah, that's what. I mean, do you ever go back like to his 2004 songs or albums? Graduation.
I didn't like it.
You don't like it?
Didn't like it.
Really? Dude, Graduation is like one of the best albums.
Pretty trash. Yes.
Runaway.
Garbage.
That's awesome.
Never heard it.
Stronger. I think it's called that. That's awesome.
Let me tell you what song is horrible. It's called Fire by Big Sean. Fire, fire, fire.
It just sounds horrible.
Fire. It's the whole song.
Fire. Well, again, that's what I was talking about earlier with Playboy Cardi. He sounds like literally a kid just rapping.
Who is in? What's your name? What?
Rapping.
NBA Youngboy. Is that who it is?
Oh, Youngboy's bad. NBA Youngboy and DaBaby both are not. They're both SoundCloud rappers that came because they were featured on big rapper songs.
Youngboy. It's just Youngboy now, right? Youngboy.
It's NBA Youngboy. Oh, that's
He's
Youngboy.
fire in that song. I don't know what his other shit sounds like.
I'll disagree. I'm not a fan of Youngboy. I'm not a fan of Youngboy, honestly. It's
fire.
No.
Yes.
Well,
yes.
why
Anyone that signs up with Tyler, fire. And here's the other thing too with Tyler. Sorry, I really like Tyler. So someone he asked a lot of people to be on his Flower Boy album. They told him no.
Really?
And then Flower Boy dropped, and everyone went out of their fucking minds. They did Igor. He didn't have that many people on there. I think people wanted to be on it, and then he came out with this and like. I'm just really upset A$AP Rocky's not on this because I'm not a huge A$AP fan, but like I like their chemistry. He's not on this at all.
A$AP.
Yeah.
Hey, we got him out of prison. That's all that matters.
He's really good on Flower Boy. A$AP was out of his fucking mind on Flower Boy, and this one is more of like Young Boy because I feel like that song hits.
Do you remember when A$AP got out of prison and Trump tweeted out, "We need to get A$AP out ASAP"?
Who said that?
Trump. He tweeted that.
He did?
Yeah, you don't remember that? Just type in Trump ASAP and it literally will show up. It's the funniest tweet ever. Because he's trying to get, I think, where was A$AP Rocky? Was it Sweden or something? He was held. He was being arrested somewhere.
Trump A$AP Rocky tweet.
Just read it out loud. Read it out loud. It's the funniest.
Very disappointed in Prime Minister, can't say that, for being unable to act. Sweden has let our African American community down in the United States. I watched the tapes of A$AP Rocky. Wait, no, that ain't the one. Free Rocky was the hashtag, though.
No, there's one where it says ASAP, ASAP, and it's the funniest tweet ever.
A$AP Rocky released from prison and on his way home from the United States from Sweden. It was Rocky week. Get home ASAP, ASAP. But who would get rid of him on Twitter?
Dude, Trump.
Bro, this tweet is great.
He had the funniest Twitter game is the problem.
Bro, imagine the president said that's great, dude. Like, bunch of fucking pussies vote for fucking Joe Biden, dude. Don't care. Fuck y'all. Stupid. Gas is $7 a gallon.
Hey, let's chill out. YouTube will see this and probably try, and they'll probably try and take me down. They'll come to my house and take me down.
You're right. Fuck anyone for voting Joe Biden. Anyway,
I don't want to make it so political that YouTube decides to take down.
Well, you're not making it political. I am.
Yeah, they might censor you. If only we know how to put bleep bars, then we would. But I don't know.
I don't think they're gonna.
You ever see that? There's a meme that actually Elon Musk had on Twitter about YouTube. It's YouTube when someone swears and it's like Patrick Starr's angry or something like that. It's like SpongeBob happy as YouTube whenever they have scam ads and just like remove the dislike. It's just a happy SpongeBob. Because that's the whole thing with YouTube now.
Never seen it.
Never seen it? Well, it was on his, I think it was on his Twitter or someone they replied to.
Bro, I fucking hate people on the internet, if I'm being honest with you.
Because they're all annoying, that's what it is. And there's so much like, they all want to speculate what's going to happen next. Like, no. But anyways, speaking of like, we got the music and let's just say also, you're a bunch of other things. A realtor. You were a soccer player back in the day.
Chess player.
Play me. Started chess. How about? I remember you told me
chess,
this. I remember that with soccer. You told me the story that Coach Reardon for Ursuline came up to you one time.
He asked me to do football. He asked me to be the kicker, and I said no.
So
because I didn't want that pressure, and I also didn't think I was good enough.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure.
I didn't think I was good enough. You were good enough. I was not good enough. Not for that. That's way too much pressure. That's way too much
pressure.
Yeah. It's too much pressure, and it's too much. Like you really have to be like committed, and I just wasn't committed.
Imagine them calling out Michael Conkey. All right, Michael, time to hit a 50.
Dude, they'd be like, no. They'd be like, score the extra point. I'd be like, dude, you put me under pressure like that on a sport, unless it's ping pong or soccer, I can't do it. Even soccer, ping pong.
So how much? So here's the thing: would you have more pressure with an extra point or with a last-minute chess move?
Last-minute chess move.
Last-minute chess move.
Yeah. Because with chess, you could beat people on the clock, and if I'm not trying to beat them on the clock, then I have enough time to think out the whole scenario. Yeah. But I could definitely beat people on the clock. I think I'm pretty. Well, not everyone. Like an average person, and slightly above. I could beat them on the clock.
I've seen you play chess.
If you're like 1600, I'm not good.
How many times have we played chess?
Like
against each other?
Like 50.
And honestly, I don't. You taught me I know a lot, but I still always mess it up whenever I'm playing by myself.
Because chess is hard. It's not just attack, defend. It's not just checkers. I take, you take. It's like you have to like be able to envision lines and the best lines in your head. At the same time, you get pressured by the clock. You have to see what your opponent's trying to do. Because everything's even. It's 100% even. You start off with the same amount of pieces as the other person, except white goes first, which is kind of racist. Anyway,
Cancelled.
Chess canceled.
Chess canceled.
Yeah, we want equal rights in chess.
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if they changed the white piece to just a red piece.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm trans white. Wait.
Wait, what? You can't.
My piece, I got a rainbow king. Wait.
Wait, Rainbow King. What else would there be?
Rainbow queen.
Rainbow Queen.
I don't know why I'm using a southern voice. I feel like that really doesn't.
It doesn't. It doesn't. Does it fit? I don't think it fits. But so there's a lot more pressure with chess, and of course, you still have some soccer moves whenever we play outside.
Like soccer.
If you say wanted to keep on playing soccer, do you think you would have made it far to maybe? I want to say like you want to say
nothing beyond.
Or
I played co-ed in college.
Co-ed in college.
No, I wasn't strong enough.
I mean,
my leg's not strong enough. I could out dribble someone, but I can't. I couldn't. I would have made a really good midfield.
You weren't like a striker. Or anything.
Yeah, I would have made a good midfield. Defense, I'm really good at defense. I'm just not big enough. Offense, I would say that I'm faster than most people. I could probably outskill most people with footwork. And I go to kick it to make the goal, and the ball would end up with Dairy Queen down the street. Like, you know what I mean? The goalie would just have to stand there. The goalie could be on his phone, just like texting, like not even paying attention. I'm about to like try and score on him. He'd be like, "Oh, this guy can't aim.
I never knew
this guy can't aim for a shit."
I never knew you played co-ed in college. I thought you just did.
Yeah, I played.
Was it intramural?
Yeah, intramural. Yeah. A kid that I used to work with got me on a team.
And I know you're trying to get a whole squad back to play little soccer.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a squad.
I mean, dude, when it's like
squad up.
Look, when it's perfect weather, I mean, I don't know when this is going to be uploaded, but today, for those who are maybe listening from like a day or two now, it is super hot over here.
107 degrees today.
Like, I mean, you've been in Savannah.
109.
You've been
it's just as hot here as it was.
Really? I mean, you've been in like Savannah, rainforests. Of course, our mom's.
No,
been in
I'll tell you what was the
Arizona.
hottest place I ever was. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it how it should be said, but it doesn't sound right coming out of my mouth. Zhangjiajie.
In China, right?
In China.
And if this actually mispronounced any Chinese listening, we apologize.
I feel like that's correct. Zhangjiajie is where they recorded the Avatar movie. And so what happens is, if you remember, there's like those like really like thin looking like mountains. So those are on top of a mountain. So they're mountains on top of a mountain. It's the craziest place ever, and it's super hot, and it doesn't even feel real. And if you ever get a chance to go there,
well, I wouldn't.
Zhangjiajie. You want to Google it, Zhangjiajie, and in English it would be pronounced like Zhang Jia.
Well, look, before all this started that we're in now, I would have considered going, but I think I'm just better staying put.
I mean, that place is the best place in the fucking.
Yeah, but would you want to go there now with everything happening?
Like what?
Well, China, that whole. Don't you think?
Problem.
Oh, you're thinking.
China doesn't operate like we do.
Really? You don't think so?
No, you'd be totally fine. You wouldn't even know. There's
maybe I was
a
thinking
billion people live there.
Maybe I was thinking of the incidents at Shanghai. My fault.
Oh, the where they shut everything down?
Yeah.
Shanghai,
yeah.
Yeah, so China the Geo is not Shanghai. Like, you wouldn't have the same problem. I don't think. Anyway.
You'd have more freedom.
Not more freedom, but there's it's not like a city. It's like more of like a national park.
Oh, really?
So like there's no. I don't know for sure, but I can't imagine there'd be the same kind of like lockdown nonsense that's happening in Shanghai. I wouldn't go to like Beijing or anything like this. Probably the same as Shanghai, like the same, like, you know, maybe things are shut down, but I mean, you'd be straight. You'd be good there.
Very good there.
Yeah, no problem.
Really. So, you know what's something? You were born in 1991. I was born in 98. It's kind of like we grew up in
90s.
90s.
Different
well,
technically,
I was like the end. I was technically Gen Z.
Yeah.
Imagine, look at what we have now. Is like game consoles.
Generation Z.
Generation.
Wait, sorry. Or if you're British, Generation. Wait, British people. Harry, they talk like this. So
Harry Styles.
Generation Z.
But I remember you. Let's see, what kind of game consoles do you have? Sega Genesis. I remember when you were first like in those 90s.
N64.
N64.
Dreamcast.
Well, yeah, Dreamcast kind of like when I was born. Oh god, there was some
Game Boy.
Game Boy.
I had color. I had Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance.
But it's the same.
Yeah.
I think, in my opinion, those were a bunch of games.
I remember playing Game Boy Color. I remember playing Pokemon Game Boy Color at Burger King and being like the cool kids, because like all the other kids were playing like in like that little like gymnasium.
Yeah, and you
like,
were
play toy, and
you were like, man, I'm better than y'all.
We
I got
sit
Pokemon.
down playing Pokemon on our Game Boy Colors. We were so cool.
You're like, y'all stink. I got Pokemon
I'm like,
here.
have fun.
Find me.
Have fun. My Charizard just evolved.
So you know.
Charmander.
Well,
Charizard doesn't.
I think it was.
Evolve.
I think it was a year ago with the Game Boy Color. I actually found it like in the toy box.
Really?
I think so.
I want another Game Boy Advance.
But you know, I never told you. So there's this glitch in Pokemon where our missing note. It's like a Pokemon that
missing note. Yeah, I know
so
missing note.
I actually got it, and it was like your old profile.
I've gotten it. I've got missing note.
Yeah, so did I. So I got actually its real profile, and yeah, the game crashes and corrupts your data.
Blue or red?
Which one was it? I want to say red.
I only cared about blue.
Okay. Well, I erased your red data because of the missing node. And
yeah, because like it wasn't meant to be in the game. Neither. You know who else wasn't meant to be in the game?
Sure.
Mew.
Yeah.
Why?
So
So but there was like a secret one that they just added at the end. It was only supposed to be 150 Pokemon, and then some dude was like, I'm gonna throw in one more, and he made Mew.
Really?
Yeah, it was supposed to be Mewtwo.
Probably someone from Nintendo.
That's why Mewtwo wasn't the last one. Because realistically, you should think that Mewtwo should be the last one, because Mewtwo was made after Mew, right?
Yeah.
Like Mewtwo was like invented based on Mew, so theoretically he should be number 151. But Mew's 151. Well, how is that possible? It's because someone like threw it in there as like last minute idea. I gotta go to bed.
Yeah. So all right. Mr. Conky, thank you for joining us.
All right.
By the way,
Later, ladies and players.
Yeah, we had so many stuff to talk about right there. By the way, before that, Sega Dreamcast, really good console. Too bad it never succeeded.
Yeah, Dreamcast underrated.
It do be underrated. Power Stone, that's a really good game. Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, hey, best game ever. But anyways, everyone, thank you all so much for tuning in to the broadcast. Thank you for coming on as my guest.
Hell yeah.
Even though you're technically in the host chair, because it is your chair after all, and I'm in like the guest chair, but like I said, this thing's wooden, by the way. I feel like if I get any bigger, as you say, I'm just gonna go and just fall right through.
Ian's Giganto Town. He's Mr. Shredded.
Dude, I look small. I look small in this.
That's what every dude that's big says. It's a dumb.
No.
But I'm small and I'm like, I
in
look
the OBS.
big. I'm small and I'm like, I look kind of big.
Anyways, thank you for coming on, and thank you all so much for listening once again.
I don't lean, but my house do.
Thank you all so much for listening.
With a nice view. Sorry.
No, you're fine. Thank you so much once again, everyone, for listening. Now, next week we're gonna have a couple more guests, but you're gonna have to stay prepared for who they are. Thank you all so much for tuning into this podcast. Once again, you can find it on YouTube. Apple Podcasts is coming, Spotify, and Anchor FM. Thank you all so much. I'll see you all next time.
Once again, everyone, thank you for tuning in to the OB Talkwire podcast, and you can catch me once again here on YouTube, Apple Podcast, Spotify, and Anchor. Thank you all so much once again for listening to this episode, and I will see you all next time.